Hello and welcome to Colleague Sarah's Sprint Review for 19.02.01. This will cover the work undertaken between the 5th of February to the 18th of February. Starting with the sprint goal, and for this sprint our aim has been to complete the work on the template management area to allow for the ability to include existing documents within templates. We've also undertook a series of performance related enhancements. Looking at the high level items and to explain further, in this sprint, we've been able to introduce the option to append an existing document to a new document being created via the Create Document feature. This is for use on cover letters, when formatting CVs, and also merging other documents such as contracts with agreed terms of business. I'll give a demo on this shortly. We've added the ability to send an SMS message from the Candidates tab on the requirements so that you can SMS all candidates linked to a requirement in a single workflow. We've investigated possible updates to our background email processing for performance gain and made some updates to this effect. We've delivered updates to the notifications area to improve performance. We've applied settings which remove temp documents stored on users' OneDrives after editing for performance gain. Some updates have been made to optimize the recent items table. We've introduced a setting for recent searches to be kept after a certain number of days. And we've resolved a scenario in the text editor which can affect the formatting of emails changing after they've been sent. We'll now go for a brief demonstration on the key features from this sprint. Okay, so there are quite a few background related pieces of work that were done as part of this sprint. So there's only a couple of items really visually to go through as new functionality from a user perspective, but we'll start first with the key update that was made as part of the sprint, and that's the include document or include default document as well. So if we start within the admin area and we go into templates, and if we look at it from the perspective of a new template or an uploaded template, what you're going to find now is that when you're selecting the type of document, you'll have an option here for include default document. And this setting used to exist on version 6, but essentially what it means is when the template is used from a record and when a document is being created, it's going to pull in and append the default document against that record, against that letter. So it will merge in an existing document that's against that record. So just to I'll show it from an actual record perspective, but from the template area, you've got the include default document option that's going to be there for a new template within the web format, or on the upload template, you've got the include default document there, and that again is there. And obviously you can set that for existing templates as well. You can update whether or not you want to include default documents there. So going into an actual candidate record and looking at a scenario where you would create a document, if we hit create document there and it brings through the create document view, we've obviously got the template selection. If I select a template that I know to have that default document setting enabled, by selecting that template, it's brought through the template, but you'll see that it's also attached the default document against this workflow. So it's similar to how when you're sending an email, when you're making attachments, you'll see the attachments being lined up down here. You'll have the same with the include document. So if it's if default document's been set against the template, then you'll see that coming through there. You also have the means when running the create document workflow to include document ad hoc as well. Just on the fly, you can choose to include documents that are associated with this record and just add them there. And then when you're ready and you're happy with the file, you can just go to save as, and you can save as either PDF or Word document. And then from there, once the document's created, you can obviously open that file, and if it's a Word document, it'll obviously open up in Word Online as you'd expect. What you'll then see is that you've got the document in terms of the template text, and you've also got the included document as well appended to the document as well. And there isn't a limit to the number of documents that you can append. You can continue appending as many files as you like, and it will just create a document which obviously consists of all of those different files. What you'll notice is that there is a page break here that exists between the templated documents and the default document here that's come through. That is a user setting. So if you want, you can, if we go into your user settings, it's also a global setting as well, but if we go into a user setting under system, you'll see in here, insert page breaks between appended documents on create document. That could be a yes or a no. So if that's a no, then what you'll see is the documents being queued up literally straight behind each other, one after the other. If it's set to a yes, as it was with version 6, then you'll have a page break that acts as a break between each document you're including in the document feature. So that essentially covers the update that was made as part of this sprint for include document. So the next point to cover just relates to the requirements candidates tab, and specifically the ability to be able to SMS all of the candidates that you've got associated with a requirement in a single workflow. So we're on a requirement as an example here. If we go to candidates, what you can see is that we've included a select all button here off the top left, which you can press there to select. You could have obviously have multiple candidates in here, or you can just individually select the ones that you want to contact. But off the candidates option here, you now see that there's an option here called SMS selected candidates. And if you click on that, it's going to launch the SMS form as you expect it to from this point onwards. You can then type in your message, hit send, and the SMS will go on the basis of you confirming to proceed. What there also is as well, if I just go to one of these candidate records here and delete out the mobile number, and then I'll need to refresh this quickly. What you also see is that there is kind of a validation check that there is a mobile number against the candidate, and then it just gives you a little warning message to do with that. So if we go onto the candidates tab, select to again candidates, and then SMS, and what you'll see here is that no mobile numbers found against the following candidate records, and it would obviously list the candidate records that don't have any mobile numbers against them. And in this case, Chris Granger has obviously been taken out, but the other candidate, obviously his email is there, and obviously again you can just proceed with sending the SMS, and off it goes. So yeah, that's the update that's been made to the SMS workflow from the requirement record. As always, if you have any queries or feedback, please get in touch. I'll be keen to hear from you. Also, for those using Colleague 7, feel free to submit your enhancement requests via the support team or directly to me using the above email address. The next video will be the sprint plan for 19.02.02, and as always, that will contain a high-level overview on the items we intend to work on during that sprint. Thanks for watching.